Will Coach Herm Edwards survive everything happening at Arizona State? Some of you may not be paying attention to what's happening out there. Remember, going into the year, there was that big NCAA scandal that broke, and it looked for all the world like it was just a matter of time before that entire staff was out of there. They were doing all kinds of things during the COVID dead period that you weren't supposed to be doing, reportedly. Investigations ongoing. Well, since then, a football season has passed, and there's been a lot of turnover, but Herm Edwards, as you see on the screen there, he is still, as of the moment, the head coach at Arizona State. Well, something kind of weird happened the other day out in Phoenix, and that is Arizona State President Michael Crow goes on, I want to get it right, 98.7 FM out in Phoenix. And he did something that is, well, it's taboo because of an investigation still going on. He made public comments during an investigation. And so here was his quote. Again, this is not a looky-loo. You know, this is not a streetwalker. This is the president of the university during an ongoing investigation. Michael Crow had this to say on 98.7. We got this group of people that decided not to play by the rules relative to recruiting, so we'll be looking at how we can make improvements and so forth and so on. Caveat this. I've got something to say about this. He continues, Coach Edwards is responsible for the actions of all his people, but these are not things that he asked them to do. These are not things that he was a part of, so we're looking at everything possible. As I was reading that, I felt like I was doing an impression of Bill Clements, former governor of Texas, during the 30 for 30 Pony Excess documentary. We got this group of people that decided not to play by the rules, or as he would call it, monkey business back in the day. But this was the president of the university here who went on the record, as I said, during an ongoing investigation. That's why that's surprising. But also, here's why it's surprising in another vein. Reportedly, and when I say reportedly, I mean multiple very reputable people close to this situation have reported Herm Edwards was not a bystander. According to reports, he met directly, face to face, me and you in the same room with these kids during that dead period. So not only were some of his staffers facilitating it, they were facilitating it in a sense that they said, come here, coach is ready for you. Coach, here he is. This is Jimmy. 4-star from Tempe here. You want to meet him? Yeah, shake hands, we talk. That is, that's a little bit more involved than the old president's letting on. So either those reports are wrong or the president's wrong here. Also, what makes this puzzling, as I said, is the investigation is ongoing and there have been a lot of other dump buttons hit on this staff. So there have been a lot of heads that have already rolled. Herm Edwards, his head has not rolled yet. And the president also said they may be over a year away from the NCAA investigation concluding. His words, I think, were it moves at a glacial pace, which is an entire separate segment. Now, how insane it is, the sloth-like speed at which some of these NCAA investigations move. But that's, again, like I said, it's a whole other story. So where I am right now in Arizona State is I don't think Herm Edwards will survive this when it's done. I don't know when it's going to be done. They don't know when it's going to be done. The NCAA doesn't know when it's going to be done. So the whole theme around this thing is no one really knows anything. It just, as it turns out, ends up being the case that the default's going to be Herm Edwards is keeping his job there, as opposed to believing reports and just going ahead and moving on it. But doesn't sound like they're ready to make any kind of move yet, at least on the head coaching front. So that's the very latest out of Arizona State.